end on the mat. And we hope that punching and kicking can stay on the mat, but respect, discipline, and all that, you take out in your life, you get good grades at school, you become a good person, and we tell the parents, give it to him for whatever you think it's worth, giving him something special. He helped his grandmother, he cleaned up his room, he got a good feedback from school, whatever you think. And if a kid doesn't have the stripe, then the instructors address the parents and say, why doesn't he have the stripe? And if the answer is, well, because here everything is fine, but at home he never behaves, then we try to correct that the next 2 or 3 weeks. And if we can't, in the worst case scenario, you can't test. Because as we are called martial arts and character school, the testing process is always martial arts and character, and not only martial arts. So also, as I believe that yesterday's success doesn't last very long, and we all, as adults, we all know that, because Monday is going to come, we have to get back up, and it's all going to start over again. When you get a new belt, you lose all the stripes. And then you have to start over. You have to get every stripe, and you have to earn every stripe again and again and again. So that's one of it. And next thing that sets us apart a little is that we just, if we have a sales talk, I don't like to, I like to call it consulting more than sale, because I think the intro class is the sale. If we haven't sold in the intro class, then of course you can be a great salesperson and have an answer to everything, but that's not what I'm actually looking for. Like, we need USPs, and our USPs, we have fully professional instructors only. We have a very reasonable teacher-student relation by numbers. We have very structured lesson plans, because always important for the parents, especially if we have multiple schools, it's always important for the parents to know that whoever teaches a class, it doesn't matter if I teach it or Jeff teaches it or Chris teaches it, and one student says, well, I like Jeff better, I liked it better when Jeff is there. But the point is, as a parent, to know is that the content of the class is always going to be the same, because we have a very structured class plan, and you're going to teach the same that I would, and I would, and I would, and if I look at the clock now, and in Germany it's 20 to 5, whatever. So in all of my schools now are running classes, and if I would look up the plan, I could tell you basically exactly what everybody is doing right now at this time in that class. Then we have. It's like my quality promise is you never miss a class in my schools. And if you ever miss a class, no matter for what reason, because you have to go to the dentist on the day, or because you say, hey, it's 30 degrees outside, 30 degrees in Germany is warm because it's Celsius, by the way. And if it's 30 degrees outside, I want to go swimming today, then go swimming, but you can repeat the class whenever you want. If you have a contract for once a month, once a week, then come twice a week next week. If you have, or come how often you want. You can get the class in all of our schools in different cities whenever you want. And if you ever miss a class, it was your decision to miss the class. We offer classes every day, and for every age group, so you can always have that. And the parents like that very, very much, because they like the offer. As you can imagine, it's only a very small percentage of students using that offer and really coming 2 times next week or 3 times next week. And even we also close 4 weeks a year. We close 2 weeks in summer and between 2 and 3 weeks at Christmas. And also that you can get yourself back. And during summer vacations, we have holiday plans. Like in some schools, we have, instead of 5 days, it's only 1 day. But you can bring your kids, no matter what your contract is, once a week, twice a week. You can bring your kids every day if you want during vacation. All the contract things doesn't count. If you want to bring your kid every day because it's raining outside, bring him every day. Right? And then little things like, we like to teach the kids to say thank you to the parents. That's why if the teacher is here and the group is there and the parents are there, we make the class turn, we bow to the parents, and then then they bow to the teacher. And what we teach them with that is, you say thank you, like, thank you that I can be here Thank you that you bring me here. Thank you that you wait for me every day. Right? It's just a thank you, a little thank you. And we have a junior assistant program similar to Jeff's. The approach is a little different. Like kids can become junior assistant when they're blue belts, but only on recommendation by the instructor. And because it's not based on the belt, but it's based on the behavior more. And like Masserit likes to call them givers and takers. And if they want to become junior assistants, we got to be sure they're givers, right? And just like everyone who has a leadership or an assistant program, we teach them to present themselves, we teach them to become teachers. We don't teach them that often. We teach them like at the beginning, we taught them once a month, and now it's only once a quarter. But in my schools, it's free because it's a win-win system. It's free, but to be a part of the program, they have to assist in one Little Dragon class and one Power Kids class every week. So we have a bunch of assistants, we have a bunch of junior assistants, and sometimes like if you have flu season and five staff members call in sick, then you can run a huge group of people with one instructor if you have like 4 junior assistants standing next to you. So it's really great. And sometimes it just gives you a decent quality of the class that you can present if you have an instructor, an assistant instructor, and then you have 3 junior assistants, and you have 22 kids on the one side, but you have 5 people on the other side when you bow in. So that's real good quality for the class. And of course, as I said, they fill gaps, when full-timers are sick. And we have summer camps like you have, but also we want to keep up a very high quality with that. So we have 2 summer camps and 1 fall camp. And I've met people here who say, wow, you have 5 schools and 6 weeks of holidays, so you can make 30 camps. Yeah, we could make 30 camps, but the quality wouldn't be good anymore. And because the quality is so great, the first summer camp sells out in between 4 and 10 minutes. Like the registration is open from on March 1st, this coming Sunday, and I can guarantee you at 12:10 a.m. the first camp is fully booked. And by 11 in the morning, all camps are fully booked. And so I know we could do more, but after the summer vacation is always the same. The first week is camp, and then we close down for 2 weeks, because I want to give my team a real proper rest, right? They do a great job, and I want to give them a rest. We have parents' night out, where they pay a little thing, $20 or something, but we feed them with pizza, a movie, and all that, so they can just enjoy the night. We have a Halloween party, and we have a great thing. We go climbing twice a year. We call the event the Courage to Climb. And you always have kids that are afraid of height, or they're afraid to climb. Climbing is if anybody ever climbed, looking down can be a little bit scary. So we make them set goals when we come in. We say, well, what do you think is the highest you're going to climb today? Right? And then we make them set goals, and then we do the best during the day that they reach the goal, that they overcome the goal, and most of the time they overcome that goal. We have kids, they say, okay, 3 meters, and at the end they climb 12. At the end of the event, the parents come, and every kid climbs once in front of the parents and in front of the whole class. And then if they made it, they get the courage stripe on the belt. So they all bring their belt, and if they made the goal in climbing, they get the courage stripe on the belt. And then again, if you see that they made it, they get a huge